Hello everybody, this is Peter the Rock. It's a Monday, 7th of July, and yes, I'm in a graveyard, and graveyards are quite often, if not invariably, attached to a church. And I have a chance, a very rare chance, to actually go inside the church because they've left the doors open. This is St Mary's, Harmondsworth. So let's have a look, quietly and respectfully. Stained glass even in the porch, which is impressive, and each is in loving memory of various people. It's rather nice. Obviously it's an ancient church. I wonder how old it is. Let's see what clues present themselves. The priest is the Reverend Richard Young. And there's a restoration fund. This is the south aisle I'm in, and it's 12th century. And there on the diagram, various aspects of it which are different centuries. 12th century. That was the century in which Thomas à Becket met his end at Canterbury Cathedral. Beautiful stained glass windows. Actually the most beautiful I've seen in an ordinary parish church. If this aisle is 12th century, maybe the windows are as well. Magnificent stained glass window at the end of the nave. Here's some information on the nave. The odd little flash is because there's someone else here taking some photographs, so I don't want to interrupt him. The nave is 13th century. The pews are very traditional. I've never seen a church actually delineate this. It's so accurately, so well, the centuries of each part thereof. It's gone that way. So here are the organ pipes. Terry Miles will be interested in that. We'll be wondering where the organ is. And I think it's here. You can tell by the keyboard for the feet, if you call it a keyboard. It's a marvellous church. It actually lists the electoral roll at the entrance, which I saw. And there are only about 25, 30 names on it, because Harmondsworth is quite a small, it's a village really. It's bigger than a hamlet, smaller than a town. But I must show you the stained glass window at the top of the nave behind the high altar, which is really fantastic. There's a side chapel over there, and here are the main organ pipes. Look how big they are. This organ must make quite a decent noise when it's played. Various plaques around the place in memory of various people, which you get in just about every church, I think. Usually people who've done a lot of work for the church. So I'm only going to make this a short video. Here's the pulpit. Perhaps that's where the readings are done. and chancel is 15th century. Makes you wonder how, with the centuries between each part of the church, how it evolved in the meantime. Let's go up here. Anyone who does a reading would stand where I'm standing now, or gives a sermon perhaps. So there we are. Fairly unique view of the church from the highest point you can stand. Thanks very much for watching. It's Peter the Rock. It's Monday, the 7th of July. Like and subscribe. Cheers.